Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of our series where we dive into the stories of the people that make up the pillars of our company and Alba Corp. And today we are joined by Ellen, who moved here from Canada. And Ellen has been with us for a few months, and we'll be diving into the stories of your journey into Dubai, the challenges, the positive parts. So we'd love to hear some more. So I know you've been looking at apartments recently, so I think this is the highlight of your week or the past month. How's that been going for you?
I wouldn't necessarily call it a highlight.
Okay.
It is a little bit chaotic here for finding real estate in Dubai, I must say. When it comes to rentals, I don't know about purchasing. It might be a bit smoother. But the rental process, it's a little bit crazy just because it's so different. In Canada, you just reach out to one agent.
Mm-hmm.
They have access to all of the listings in all of the area that you're searching for. So they do kind of all the hard work. Where they'll send you listings based on what criteria you've provided them you're looking for, and then you just say yes or no, and you set up viewings to
That's
those.
easy and simple. Yeah, I mean, Dubai, this is one of the reasons we started Alba Homes, because we wanted to kind of add something better to the industry and make it a bit easier for people. Looking for properties in Dubai is not something that's simple always. It depends on who you go for and what agents you pick. When you look online, there's a lot of properties and you think this is going to be easy, but once you begin, it's tough. So did you find something finally?
I did. I actually woke up this morning with the signed contract.
Wow,
so I'm feeling much less stress.
Very good.
Be able to focus on work a little bit more.
Amazing. I'm happy for you. What area did you decide to go for?
I'm going downtown.
Okay. Why downtown? What attracted you to downtown?
I was looking at a bunch of areas. I was looking at Dubai Hills, downtown, kind of the marina, but the traffic is a little bit insane out there here right now. So, and I didn't want to go too far. The places in Dubai Hills, they're beautiful and they're new, but they're much smaller. And I have a lot of shoes and clothing.
Well, I'm happy for you, Ellen. So, Ellen, beyond the apartment, beyond the real estate side, how have you found your journey so far in Alba? I know when you first moved, when you first had the interview online with you, we weren't really sure exactly what position what the job will be, but we knew you had something special. You were very organized, and the ideas you had were incredible, and they aligned with Alba, what we had in mind. So when you first moved to Alba, you began working in operations. How did you find a big mess over there, or did you tell me your initial thoughts?
I mean, anywhere you go in automotive, it's always kind of a mess.
Yeah.
Even when you have the best processes in place, there's always issues that arise. So coming to a new country and seeing how completely different it is. And it's not because I would say the processes are so different. It's about the cars and the heat here. Yeah. So I walked in the showroom and honestly, I was like, the cars are in beautiful condition. They look brand new, even though they're pre-owned vehicles. So I wasn't sure what would come from that necessarily. But, when I joined the team, everyone that works there, they're so friendly. People are from all different areas in the world as well. And everyone really tries to make you feel at home. They really try to make the customer feel at home. And everyone is open to obviously having a smoother process. When there's smoother processes in play, it's easier for the customers, and everyone wants to have a happy customer and a smooth process with their customer. So
definitely.
It's been very good.
And you were at Lexus before you moved, when you were in Canada. I know when it comes to main brands like Lexus, they're historical, right? They've been doing this for a very long time. And did you feel there was a huge difference between the way things are done, first of all, in Canada to Dubai, and in Lexus from a main dealer, brand new cars, to a used car dealership?
So we did have a pre-owned department as well. So we did sell pre-owned Lexuses along with all other brands. So if a vehicle was traded in, we would obviously take that as well. So I have had experience in the pre-owned market, but going from main dealer to just a pre-owned dealership, there definitely are a lot of changes. Simply because a lot of the vehicles that are sold are pre-owned versus new. My main focus there was on new vehicles and not the pre-owned side of things. So there was a little bit of adjustment. But, all that really matters, I feel, no matter where you go, are the people that work in the place and the ability to them want to better themselves, or the company to want to better themselves. Lexus is obviously a very well-known brand, but every day we try and make processes to be better or for the company to be better. And as long as the company wants to adapt that, then that's the right move to make if you want to make a change. And when I was speaking to you guys, I really felt like you guys were at the pillar of where you were like, we've grown so big, and we want to continue to grow, but we know we need to be better. And that is what really spiked my interest, because when I come in, I like organization, you know that, and I like making changes. When, you know, you have the right leaders in place and even the right owners where they want to be better, that's like the best starting point of a company you can join at.
So, Ellen, obviously, you joined us in operations. You've made a massive impact already in terms of how we do things, the processes, and the reason we needed you in that department, because operations affects everything, right? When how quickly we can get a car online, but most importantly, the quality of the car that, you know, gets to the customer. And as you know, we try our best to make sure that we have the best possible products at all times. But with cars, things can go wrong, and no matter how much we try, there's always something better that can be done. And you transitioned from operations to aftercare because there was a link, there was an impact between the two, and just to make sure that the quality is at its peak when it comes to delivering vehicles. So talk to me about that transition. When you moved from operations to aftercare, what did you find there? Were we doing it right? Was there something that needed to be changed, improved? Some of the challenges, some of the good things that we do?
Yeah, so to have an aftercare department is already a good thing to do. Every vehicle has issues, even if it's a brand new vehicle, something will always come up at some point in time. So when working with pre-owned vehicles, we know that the vehicle is already used, and a lot of the vehicles are based on, you know, the previous drivers, how they drove the vehicle, along with the weather conditions here. So to have that department is already the first step. But the challenges there, obviously, are dealing with clients and managing their expectations. I found it very different here than back in Canada, where a client knows that they're purchasing a used vehicle, so they understand these things already. Here, the expectations, it seems as if they're looking like they're purchasing a new vehicle, yet it could be 4 years old. So when challenges do arrive or issues do arrive in the vehicle, it's hard to manage the customer's expectations and have them understanding that they have purchased a pre-owned vehicle.
Yeah, I think the point you touched on there, I think in Dubai, a lot of people are either on their own or with a small family. So the connections to people who know and consultants. And for example, if you're back home in Canada and you're new to the car market and you've just bought your first car, you have family, you have friends and cousins, and somebody will guide you. What does that noise mean? And is this a good car? Is this okay? And that support can obviously be reassuring. And, you know, in Dubai, people do buy a car very hesitantly, and there is a lot of bad showrooms out there that do things the wrong way where it shouldn't be happening. There's a lot of imported cars, they bring them damaged, they put them together and put them back on the market. So people are cautious, they are sensitive to everything about the used car, right? They cannot recognize, is this something major I should be worried about, or is this normal because the car is 3, 4, 5 years old? A lot of the time it's difficult to connect with someone if they've just moved here to ask and get advice and so on. So people are sensitive, and like you said, for us, creating aftercare department is more to look after the client. If they have questions, they go in the car with them and they show them different cars in terms of, you know, if this sound appears in this car and this car. It's just about making people feel comfortable, like a family member would or an advisor would.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, so what changes have you made within the department so far? I know we've established department, we've had it for a couple of years now, and what changes do you plan on making within the department to get our customer experience better?
Yeah, so right now, the aftercare department is mainly taking calls on concerns when a client calls in, has a concern on the vehicle. We need to focus basically on keeping timelines in check. It's very difficult in Dubai, obviously, with the availability of spare parts and accessories when things come into play or there are issues that arise. You know, speaking to our clients every day, keeping them updated, making sure that they're comfortable, making sure that they know exactly what's going on with the vehicle, making sure that they have, you know, information on the ETAs of the parts so that they can manage the expectations themselves. So something is promised to be turned around very quickly. when the parts can be delayed, it's easier just to be very transparent with the client. So what we really have to do in this department is stay very organized, stay very focused, have follow-up with the garages and the workshops every day so we can understand where the car is in the process along the lines, or if there is any other issues that occurred. Being able to update this on our clients and being able to have those good relationships with our garages is a very important aspect of the job.
I think one of the biggest concerns or the annoyances that people have is not what is wrong with a car when something was to go wrong. It's why is it taking so long? And from your opinion, you've obviously been doing this for a while now. You've seen the behind the scenes, and it's a problem that even main dealers have. And main dealers actually take so much longer when it comes to when things go wrong. And one of the things you said is sourcing parts. What else takes long? Why do things take sometimes up to 2 weeks to repair something? What could be minor?
So I think it depends on the workshops and the garages as well and how busy they are. I think the right step that Alba did was make those partnerships to bridge those premium garages with Alba cars so that we can manage and get those cars done in an effective time frame. When you work with a ton of garages, I'm sure everyone that's in Dubai has driven around Al Quoz and see how many places there are. It makes it more difficult. So when you can streamline communication and streamline, what you expect from a partnership or from a workshop, then those challenges can be reduced dramatically. If, however, it goes above, say, a time frame that was promised by our workshop, then because we have those relationships built, we can easily have a sit down with the owners, with the head technician, in order to be like, this needs to be a priority car. And because we built that relationship with them, they help us out, which is great, obviously, for our clients, for Alba, for them.
So, Ellen, obviously in Aftercare, you guys receive complaints from customers. If something was to go wrong with a car, if they face any other issues, if they were misinformed by someone in sales about any information, you guys handle that complaint.
Yes.
And a lot of the time, these complaints come from frustration and customers can be unhappy or upset about a certain situation. So you do deal with a lot of negative situations, and that's what your team deals with. So how does the team handle it psychologically? Because I know it can be very difficult, obviously. And how do they, turn the situation into positive?
Dealing with upset clients is always a challenge for anybody, especially when that is your daily job. There is a small percentage of clients that obviously come back with issues. Dealing with these clients can be difficult because, like you said, they are upset. Honestly, it's just really important. I've talked to the team. The team is aware. They know as well. It's very important when someone is unhappy with something to listen first, show empathy, and make sure that you understand what their problem actually is. Sometimes they just want to be heard. Other times there is a concern in it as well. We need to make sure that we've actively listened to them to understand that concern so we can move forward in assisting on how to fix that concern that they've come to us with. For the team, it can affect the morale sometimes when they get off a call and the client might not be so happy and, might not be speaking to them in the nicest tones. So it's always important to make sure that even though we're doing our job, that behind the scenes we have fun with our team. So we always have a little bit of music on in the office. We'll be making jokes. We'll turn off the music when a call comes in or when they have to make a call. Obviously, it's not blaring, but it is in the background. We try and have as much fun as possible as we can in those moments. Or if someone gets off a difficult call, we do usually have little powwows now that we're all in the same room, just to understand, what happened, how they're feeling, maybe, a way when they communicate with the client next time, how they can, better effectively communicate with them, try and control the situation a little bit more, make the client feel at ease, because the clients are upset because they don't feel at ease. And like you had said previously, people are new to Dubai, they're expats, they're here alone. So the frustrations definitely come out. But in order to make, a happy client and a loyal client is to make them feel that they are in the right hands, that we are listening, that we are understanding their concerns, that we want to help them, and that will guide them along the way.
I think you've done an incredible job with the team environment, and we have amazing members in there. I've seen them speak to clients, calm, they have a very calming demeanor and they're genuine because they are backed by a policy that wants to help at the end of the day, and it's about being fair. And there are times where I'm not sure if this is something that happened to you or to the team, but it's something that is common, I think, across all industries where, if you go into a place and if you're angry enough and if you shout enough, you get something that perhaps, is beyond what the department is capable of doing or is willing to do for you. How do you feel about that? How realistic is that reality? And is this something that you've come across since you've been with us?
Definitely. We have, those clients that do act in that manner. Really, in any company, in any industry, I've worked in different industries as well. I don't ever think yelling or shouting is the right approach to get, what the outcome you're looking for is. If you treat the person with respect, they'll want to help you even more. Mm-hmm. So when we do get those clients, it's very important that we let them know that you cannot speak to our staff this way. Mm-hmm. We won't speak to you that way. We're all humans here. We're all, trying to do our best, and we have to show each other that same mutual respect. So the shouting, the upset clients that come in that manner, it's not the best route, I would say. It actually usually causes more frustration. And when someone's more frustrated on our end of things, it makes it a lot more difficult to be able to get those things done efficiently for you, to be able to want to go above and beyond to help you. When you have a client who's so respectful to you and they have issues, you want to go above and beyond for them.
Yes.
So
that's true. That's true. I've had, it's the saying, kill them with kindness. And it's when the nicer someone is, the more you want to do for them and want to help them and go above and beyond. And you're right, we're all human, and the department, I think, does an exceptional job in terms of being respectful and good too. So, Ellen, what changes have you seen in the department in Aftercare since you've joined? I know you've been doing this improvement and the new strategy for 2-3 months now. Mm-hmm. What changes have you seen? What improvements? And where do you think it will? What will the department look like in 2-3 months from now?
I think with the Aftercare department, things will actually slow down and run a bit smoother simply because of the partnerships that we've signed recently with our third-party workshops. Mm-hmm. We obviously have a lot of premium garages on our side and on our team now. The quality of the cars are improving. We've already seen a vast improvement on not just the cosmetic side of things, but the mechanical side of things. So as this, smooths out the seamless purchase for the client, the transition into them owning the car and driving the vehicle, I want the Aftercare department to be there to be able to call our clients, make sure that they're enjoying the vehicle, make sure that they are reminded for their services, because we do offer extended warranties and service packages. And I don't want the clients just to have to call in when they have that issue or forget about a service, because when you don't service a vehicle, it can void a warranty. And we never want to see our clients in a position where, let's say, they didn't do a service for a year because they forgot, and something then happens to the warranty of the vehicle. I want it to be more of an outbound center than an inbound center. Right now, we're taking those calls, where a client might have a service, so they might call us to book the service in for them, or they have a concern on a component of the vehicle, maybe the brakes are squeaking, common issues. But I want it to be an area where our staff can call the clients and say, hi, we understand you've just taken delivery of your vehicle. How is everything? Hi, we just want to call and remind you that you do have a service due. Let's book you in and take care of it. We definitely want to be able to take care of our clients A to Z and along the process of the ownership of the vehicle. So being able to assist them in booking those service appointments, being able to remind them, being able to understand in advance before a concern actually becomes an issue if they are having a concern. Because if we speak to a client, we're following up with them and they say, oh yeah, the car's been great, but I've heard this little bit of noise in the steering. Maybe if they continue to drive it, it could cause a larger issue down the line. If we can, be more proactive and bring the car in and just do a quick inspection on it, as a courtesy, just to make sure that nothing further happens down the line. I want it to get to that point. I want it to get to a point where, the staff are excited because they're going to be talking to happy clients every day. Not that our clients aren't happy. We have many happy clients, but because it's an inbound center, we do get that small percentage of clients that do have the issues. So we want to be able to focus on keeping the ownership time frame for our client the most pleasant experience as well.
Amazing. And it's an exciting time. Like I said, it's the strategy you had for the department has been working very quickly, and I've seen the changes across. It does affect sales, it does affect the operations department, it affects everybody in the company and the morale, and of course, most importantly for our clients, I've seen the amount of things going wrong has drastically dropped. And it's an exciting time, and what you described there within our department is a dream, of course, for us. I do know part of your strategy is this. You have a target to complete this mission, let's say within the next 1 or 2 months. What's next for Ellen within Alba? Obviously, your role is to transition between departments, enhancing productivity, improving the department overall, the work environment, everything about that department. You have that skill. You have an incredible skill to do that. So which department are you looking forward to the most to go to next?
So I always like the most challenging departments. Okay. Sometimes I like the ones that I know I can go in and make a quick change and, things will run a bit smoother and everyone will be happier. But I am excited to go into operations, which is where our inspectors are for the vehicles. Just because it kind of goes with the flow of everything. When it comes to the aftercare department, we don't have a workshop or a garage in-house, but we do have inspectors because we do want to make sure that the garage's work is done properly as well. So we do have those trained inspectors to make sure the quality of the car is up to Alba standards. But I want to be able to have it at a point where if, let's say those small concerns come in from a client, they're happy with the vehicle, but they're hearing a noise, we won't have to then take the time and make it a longer process where we'd have to send the car maybe to one of our workshops or partner garages to look at it. We have our trained inspectors that can take a look. They can make the best judgment calls possible. I want to make sure that department's running smoothly. I want to make sure that they're happy because they do a lot of work. They inspect a lot of vehicles and there is a lot of pressure on them. But obviously the best outcome for everyone, for Alba, the company, for our clients, is just to have, the smoothest process with the highest quality cars.
Amazing. Ellen, thank you so much. And you have truly become a pillar of Alba, and we look forward to our journey ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you.